SHMEZOLUTIONS.
It's SHMEZOLUTIONs time.
So excited.
I'm crediting you, Petal, with being the first to really rock the
Shmez it
SHMEZOLUTIONs.
up to really
The Shmez
come
of
with the
love.
shmez.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
you're all
You
about
know,
it.
it's in the blood. It's in the blood. What can I say?
I love it. All right. What would you like to
Okay,
talk
the
about?
shmez. Okay, I have two intentions, and I'm excited about them. They were inspired by this week's spiritual workout clinics, as well as some conversations with Delilah and JJ. And so my first intention that I would like some help cultivating from you, the expert, is that I trust in my intuition. And what I have so far is that I trust in my intuition. I trust that I'm aligned with source and all of creation. I listen to my first line. I trust the voice of my intuition. So
again,
I trust my intuition. I trust that I am aligned with source and all of creation, all life form. I listen to my first mind. I trust the voice of my intuition.
Okay, how's that feel to you?
Oh, thank you. It feels really good, but I need to add more to it. And I guess I should have pulled out a worksheet, but I just kind of started writing it down because I realized that some of what I was talking about yesterday is related to the need to trust my intuition. And, you know, to do it without judgment or without feeling bad, like if I'm, you know, not helping somebody or not being collaborative.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. What's the other one? Or do you want to just stay on this one?
Agreed, Gina. The other intention is, and this one is like has one sentence only. My eyes on the prize intention, to like focus on my priorities.
Okay.
Because I get distracted sometimes because I'm a passionate person and I have so many interests and I get easily distracted. And that's what I realized this year. Even though it's been an amazing and productive year, and this is my second year of spiritual workout. Like I'm going on 2 years. And it's been a really life-changing because when I came here, I was like, I want to start my business. I want to start doing things independently. And I started my business. And I had all these people like strangely telling me that I couldn't do this really basic thing of just starting a business and pitching proposals and seeing what happens. And they were like, all like, oh, it's not going to work, and freaking out. Yeah. And so it's just, you know, I really was able to overcome like that fear and scarcity that, you know, I feel like a lot of people that I grew up with were taught and I was taught. And so I was like not about to let that stop me anyways. And I also realized today that I came back, I think, from Hawaii, and then Delilah, and I was telling Delilah I had all these, you know, kind of self-realizations when I was over there, like walking in this amazing nature that was like, you know, I really got to immerse myself in for the first time. And then she invited me to be part of spiritual workout. And it was just kind of like manifesting the intention of I wanted my life to change. I wanted to, you know, improve. I wanted to get, you know, more in control. And I needed more tools. I needed more knowledge. And this has helped me so much. And so yeah, with that said, my second is eyes on the prize intention. And
say again, easily distracted?
No, eyes on the prize intention.
Oh, eyes on the prize.
Okay,
Trusting
Delilah.
intuition. Let's talk about trust for a moment.
Okay.
Trust is fundamentally a choice. There's no way to cultivate trust without trusting, without choosing on purpose, deciding, risking to trust. We have to be willing to exchange some degree of vulnerability or risk in order to grow our trust muscle.
Yeah.
So does that make sense to you?
Oh yeah, and I think I've done that. I've trusted myself and trusted other people and
Mm-hmm.
not trusted myself. I know what you're saying, and that's what I'm saying. I need to work on that trust muscle for myself. And it's like, that's just a realization from what I told you yesterday. Like the beginning of this year, I had 2 projects planned,
Mm-hmm.
and among other things. And I had 2 projects planned that didn't get finished. That now I need to start over and do, kind of, just go a different avenue on. And it's not a big deal. It's not something that I can't do easily. It's just a matter of like, I don't want to waste any more time because I decided to not listen to myself and listen to someone else. So, um, so are you saying that this is not an intention I can create, or are you saying that this isn't that this is?
Quite. I'm saying that let's just put trust where it is. Now you are listening to your inspiration.
Mhm.
I listen to my inspiration. I know what it's saying. And I'm better and better, or I only ever make a
I like
move
that. I like
when
this.
I'm inspired to do so.
Mm-hmm. That's exactly how I'm feeling right now.
All right. So you see how the trust is really not the focus. It's implied. You've already decided to trust it. You already know you can trust it. So it sounds like what you're saying is, I'm no longer willing to ignore my intuition. The positive way to say that, I only act when I'm
On my
inspired.
Yes. I always listen to inspiration.
Yeah. And it's easy and it's fun and it gets easier. And I love the different ways that spirit communicates with me. I love being in closer, regular contact. I love relying on my guidance because it's all I need. It's always there. It's always right. Of course I trust it.
Beautiful. Thank you. I'm writing this down, obviously.
Good.
But yeah, I'm gonna add but can you please clarify, are you saying that I should make this intention or that I should make it something different? Like, is it more like
I like that. But it's just thinking and talking about it as though it's happening. I am doing this. This is who I am. This is what I do. This is how I live.
Yeah, I think I have it all like that in how I've started it. I trust my intuition. I trust that I'm aligned with source and all of creation.
When I hear I trust my intuition, that feels qualitative different to me than I only act when I'm inspired to. I only act when inspiration is guiding.
I always listen to inspiration. Yeah. I only act.
Am I the only one that feels a difference in those two things?
I can't tell you because I'm in it, so I have to watch the replay.
Yeah, well, figure it out. I'm not saying don't, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with creating.
Your guidance. I like what you're saying. I always listen to inspiration. I only act on inspiration. All my actions are inspired.
Yeah, and it's always on. It's always available. I'm always hearing it. I'm better and better at hearing it. It comes in different ways and forms. It's fun. It's interesting.
It's easy and fun. Yeah, I have a lot of this.
Mm-hmm. Now, if you were less if you didn't have the experience that we talked about the other day, where it was, I felt and heard my inspiration, and I chose to override it for the reasons that I had.
Mm-hmm.
If you didn't have that and other
That's basically
experience,
when I look at that, it's like the only reason that is to please someone else because
right?
that was a situation where I'm dealing with someone else, and
Yeah.
I never think of myself as a people pleaser, but that's a form of that, and I just can't. I can't. What's the word? Enable anymore. I can no longer.
And I love that you had that experience because now it got you to this.
Mm-hmm.
And this is where it's at.
Turnaround, and I'm not even mad about it. It's like, it's all good. It's all just a lesson. But I'm like,
Well, that's what I mean.
Fewer
That's
lessons,
why.
more wins. Bring on all the wins.
Yeah. But that's why, Petal, I'm not feeling like you in this situation need to hyper focus on intending to trust your intuition because you already kind of do. This is about what you're doing with your intuition.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes,
somebody else might really need to focus on building the trust, in which case that's it. It just doesn't feel to me like
you're right.
really...
I clearly trust my intuition. That's why I've been effectively moving on this path,
JJ sanctions.
Then how about the eyes on the prize intention? Do you think that that's kind of on the same?
Well, I actually have two ideas about this eye on the prize. So let's just see what you think. Okay. Idea number one is what you just said. Some of this could be folded right into inspiration. So if I'm interested in a lot of things and where do I put my focus, I'm just going to listen to inspiration, right? Exactly. So part of that fits in there. But there's a piece in here that I want to freeze frame on for a second, which is I'm easily distracted. I'm interested in a lot of things. I hear that as a...
I was saying I'm passionate about a lot of things.
Yes. And I hear that as very positive. This is who I am. It's part of who I am.
I think that is positive. I think right now I'm just feeling a little like, a little like a bit of Groundhog Day where I'm like, I wanted, I'm like repeating some things from exactly last year at this moment. And I'm like, okay, I've got to break the cycle, I'm like obsessed with breaking cycles right now.
Right. But we don't ever want to compromise who we are. We don't ever want to move into the lane where we feel like we can't be who we are. That's the piece that I want to make sure.
I don't want to do that. And, I really don't want to do that. But I could be being a little self-critical right now. Or like, I could be coming from
and we can talk about this. I'm sorry, I was talking over you.
No, I was just saying I could be coming from a place of inner critic, but I mean, I'm not thinking of these as negative things. I'm really thinking of them, actually, no, I'm not coming from a critical place because I'm really thinking of these as like ways to optimize because I'm like, I feel like this door for like this huge opportunity and I want to focus on that and manifest it. And I don't want to let anything that's always going to be, that I can always do, get in the way of that right now because I'm feeling this feeling and it's not an anxiety feeling. It's like this really amazing feeling. And so I guess I'm trying to do everything I can to facilitate it, but I think I need to focus on the what right now. And, I think I'm just like I'm being a lunatic because of the full.
It's that
there's a little lunacy going on here. Yeah,
Fair enough.
Really, Delilah. I feel I feel it like really just breathing, intense. And so, it's great. And I'm excited.
So here is to only listening to inspiration.
Yes.
Yes. Inspired action all day.
All day.
I always listen to inspiration. I only act on inspiration. All my actions are inspired.
Beautiful.
Clank, clank, clank.
Salud.